You know what I love about Girl Talk? There is no topic that is really off limits. There's this universal understanding between women that we can talk about just anything, which is why I didn't even hesitate to create a video about Pap Smear. Like, I'm over here like, we can talk about that on this channel. It's all good in the neighborhood. And so today's video, I'm going to be covering 3 questions. Why get a pap smear? What to expect during a pap smear? And of course, does getting a pap smear hurt? Hello, I'm Pachia. Welcome back to my channel where it is all about having a good time. Teaching, inspiring, motivating, entertaining. So if you're looking for a good time all the time, then consider subscribing. First off, I am in no way, shape, or form giving you any medical advice, nor do I work in the medical field. All of which I'm about to share with you is based off my own experience. Before we get into the why get a pap smear, I thought it would be helpful if you knew the definition of a pap smear. This is what Google says. A pap smear or a pap test is carried out on a sample of cells from the cervix to check for anything abnormal that may indicate cervical cancer. After reading that, I'm now thinking, who would understand what a pap smear test is? So I'm going to do my best to street it up. A pap smear or a pap is a test to make sure that your vagina is in good health. Point blank simple. I will not lie to you. Till this day, I still hate getting it done. But I do it because for me, it's all about taking care of my vagina. I got my first pap smear at 18. I didn't have any insurance, didn't really know where to go, so I went to the health clinic. Now, because it was my first pap ever, the nurse practitioner fully educated me on safe sex and then gave me a bag full of condoms. Imagine walking out of the health clinic holding a bag full of condoms. Like, that is not embarrassing at all. Why even get a pap smear? The first why I can think of is if you are having irregular periods, meaning you're not getting a period every single month. Let's say you get a period in January, February, March, then you skip April and May, and you get it for June and July. Now, just know that everybody is different. What is irregular for you doesn't mean it'll be irregular for the next person. For me, example, my periods, they've always been kind of wonky and irregular. Like, I will have a period in January and February, skip March, then I have for April, May, June, skip July, and I have for September, October. It's very like, it's very irregular, but it is regular for me because I'm not skipping 3 months consecutively. I'm skipping like 1 month here, maybe I'll skip 2 months, but it's never been like 3 months consecutively. Now, if you are concerned about your period and not having it be regular, then this would be a why to get a pap smear and talk to your doctor. Another why to get a pap test is if you are active, and it doesn't matter how many people you've been with or how many times you've done it. Remember, a pap test is to ensure that your vagina is in good health. And do not be alarmed if your OGBYN, the nurse practitioner, or the doctor or physician, or even the staff ask you if you want to do an STD check. They do not care about the partners you've been with or how many times you've done it. It is their job to ask if you want to do an STD check. I just had my annual pap test a couple weeks ago, and even though I'm married and have had the same partner, I still got asked if I wanted an STD check. So again, don't be offended if they ask you for an STD check. You can always say no thank you. However, I encourage everyone to get an STD check. It doesn't matter how many people you slept with, because girl, you only have one vagina. Take care of your vagina. Last but not least, why to get a pap test is if you are trying to get pregnant. My husband and I were trying to get pregnant, and so my last visit, the main focus was to make sure that everything down there was good to go. What to expect for a pap smear or pap test? Yes, you will have to remove all of your clothing, but you won't be completely naked. You will be given a paper gown. Once you have the gown on, you will lay on the table and rest your feet on what I would best describe as pedals. Once you are positioned properly, the doctor will then shine a light on your vagina to insert a tool to collect cells from your vagina. Believe it or not, that is not the worst part. What comes next is a little bit more uncomfortable. The doctor will then remove the tool and apply his or her finger into your vagina, put pressure on the top, with his or her other hand put pressure on your stomach, and this is to feel for any pain or discomfort. Once that is completed, the test is over. It only takes about 10 minutes. It would just feel a lot longer. Does a Pap smear test hurt? I want to say no, but then I feel like I will be lying to you, because a Pap test shouldn't hurt, at least from my experience. But I think it really just depends on your pain level. Like for me, a Pap test doesn't hurt. The insertion of the tool, fine. The swabbing of the Q-tip, yes, I can feel it, but it doesn't hurt. The finger and the hand pressure, no, it doesn't hurt. It's just really, really uncomfortable. How are you feeling about getting a Pap test? Are you nervous? Are you scared? Let me tell you this. Find the perfect physician for you. The perfect physician makes all the difference. I love the person that I see who checks my vagina. She makes me feel comfortable. Even though the test itself is uncomfortable, she makes me feel comfortable through the entire process. Again, the right physician makes all the difference. I'm gonna say it. Your vagina, my vagina, it's only special to us. A physician does not care what a vagina looks like or smells like. It is their job to see vaginas after vaginas after vaginas, and after a while it's probably just another blur of vagina to them. So don't be so self-conscious of what your vagina looks like or smells like, because honestly, they don't care. I love being a girl, but damn, do our bodies need a lot of maintenance and TLC. I hope I did not scare you away from getting your first Pap test. If anything, I hope I was able to give you some insight on what to expect. If you feel like it is time for your first Pap test, honey, go for it. Do it and take care of your vagina. I hope that you had a good time hanging out with me today. If you're like, we need to hang out weekly, then click that subscribe button. I will see you in my next video. So till then, bye.